Dude, driving it with fuel leaking everywhere is a really good way to light yourself on fire. How do I not have insane medical bills? I don't know. Good morning, welcome to A Simple Life. I'm Cal. We have a dump truck driver that's been delivering gravel for us yesterday and now today. And so most of the road has been redone with 1.5 inch minus all the way down the road. And the bottom of the road we did with 4 inch minus. So we're talking, you know, it's pretty good sized stuff, and it's minus, so it goes from this and down. So it's pretty chunky, and it's gonna put down a really nice base for us going up this hill. Now, you can see it's already getting pushed in. What we're doing right now, I'll show you. I'm actually working on it while the dump truck driver's doing the last couple loads for us. I got them to deliver what's called reject. And basically, it's the reject gravel. It's the stuff from the quarry that has a lot of dirt and stuff in it. Now, it's not that much dirt, but it's enough that they don't want to mess with it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to level out this whole area. It goes all the way around from in front of Herman's cabin to over here where the barn's at. And the reason for doing that is this is now going to be a turnaround with some parking right here next to the be a goat tree and in front of the cooler. Then we'll also have some, like I've been talking about, grapevines and stuff planted in front of the cooler, on this side of the cooler, growing up and over. But we're not gonna do that today. But what we are gonna do today is we're gonna take this reject gravel, we're gonna put it in. Now, the reason why I didn't wanna just put fill dirt in here is because I want something, there's never been gravel here, there's no base. So I wanted to use something that would build a little bit of base up. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be way better than just trying to fill this in with a bunch of dirt and compact it and then bring gravel in. I'm kind of getting 2 for 1, and I have a driver delivering it, and he's delivering, these was 2 loads, and he's got really quick turnaround times for me, like less than 30 minutes, which I can live with. It's better than me using my dump truck and beating it up, going up and down between the top of that hill and the top of this hill, and that's all it is. We're just going back and forth across the from hilltop to hilltop. We got the gravel spread. As you can see, I also redid this area. This area hadn't had gravel in a long time. I wanted a little extra for the next project we're going to be doing, which is going to be the well house. We are going to be redoing the well house, which is right over there. You guys have probably seen it. It's the little building right next to Herman's cabin that is covered in about 15 tarps and is pretty useless. Now, it's not that the well house is useless, it's just never been built right. It's never been set up right. There's no filtration on any of the water at all. There's no brining of the water to soften it or anything like that or remove the iron. It is literally the well water right to his house and to everywhere else. Now, everywhere else I don't mind, that's fine. But to his house, that makes some pretty nasty water. And what I mean by that is it just doesn't taste right. It doesn't smell like eggs, but it just doesn't taste right. It's pumped directly out of the ground with no filtration. It's pretty bad when it comes to the amount of particles that are in it. There's a lot of particles in it. And so, and it's not like, it's not coming out of the ground like muddy or anything like that, but if you put a filter on it, you'll see there's a lot of silt in it, in comparison to like our well down at our house, which has very little. So anyways, that's the next project we're gonna do. We're gonna actually build a proper well house. We're gonna put some filtration in there. We're gonna run water to Herman's cabin, proper water to Herman's cabin. Right now it's just like, I think it's a hose that runs to his cabin. So we're actually gonna run proper water. We'll actually run filtered proper water to his cabin. That'll also mean that in the future, when we want actual proper water for a facility, not just spigot water, but we want like drinking water or water for washing utensils and stuff like that, we will have a source of good filtered water. It doesn't have a bunch of sediment in it and has also been softened or at least taken the iron out of it. We have a system down at our place that works really well for that, so I'll probably just mirror the same thing up here. But we have a parking pad, And my big old truck can fit in here quite easily. You can see it really kind of works nicely. It's gonna mean that right here, we won't always have a big congestion of vehicles. We can actually pull up, get out of the way, drive stuff around. If I need to bring the dump down, I can bring the dump down. This is gonna work really nice for us going forward. In general, there's a lack of infrastructure here. It's not a Herman issue, it's a old property issue. Herman did what he did to make the money that he could make to pay the bills, and he just did what he could do at the time. For the most part, he worked a lot of this with just his family, him and his family. At one point when his kids had all moved out, he started to bring in some folks, and I've talked about that. He used to bring in hobos that would help him, but I can't imagine them having the ability or the foresight to put in proper infrastructure. And I know that because I've found some of the pipes that like were dug in and they're like 4 inches underground, just deep enough so you don't run them over with a mower and break them. That kind of stuff is not really what we're looking to do. We're looking to put in proper infrastructure that's here for the long haul that we don't have to worry about. And now this gravel, as you guys can see, has quite a bit of dirt and clay and stuff mixed in with it. It's not super clean, it's very obvious. That's okay. I'm okay with it not being super clean because I don't have any base here at all. There's never been anything here other than a house. And so to bring something in and just start with like, I'd have to start in with like, probably like 4-inch minus just to get a base in. Well, 4-inch minus is $16 a ton, and this, well, is $6 a ton. So to bring in this, to get my base started, to kind of start leveling this off, I can always bring in more rock in the future. I'm gonna have to bring in more rock in the future for other projects. So when I do that, I can always bring in one extra or 2 extra dump loads and finish this area off again. But for right now, we have a nice turnaround. We can pull in one way and pull out the other, or go the opposite. It doesn't really matter. So that's kind of where we're at today. I am going to actually go, I believe, for a daddy-daughter date with Colette. She's been wanting to go to this little burger place called the Screamin' Chicken over in Gaston, which is the next town over from where we live. So I think me and her are gonna go do that. She's been asking me, and I told her I'd try to get to it as soon as I could. Do that, and then we're gonna come back up here and get some other work done. Herman asked me about a week ago to get him these special chocolates, and these are them from Switzerland. So let's go give them to him. They just came in the mail yesterday, and he doesn't know they're here, so he'll be very excited. Hey, Herman! I got something for you. I do.
A Swiss chocolate, huh?
I got you your chocolates.
Holy smoke.
You haven't seen those in a while, have you?
No, sir, in a long while I haven't seen him. I haven't even tasted him, nothing.
Since how long?
Oh God, many years, many years. If he, about, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, you could buy him here, but no more things.
Yeah. So
I'll be damned. Isn't that something?
there you go. Hey, would you like me to put something on your TV for you?
Not right now.
No? Okay.
This evening, maybe.
Okay. Did you get the weather on this morning?
Huh?
Did you get the weather on this morning? No? All right.
Yeah, this weather's good right now. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm back from eating lunch with Colette, and the boys have been up here getting some work done. They fed the pigs.
Yep. Yeah.
They watered the goats.
Yes.
They were a pain in my butt.
Yes. Yes.
And what? No. All right. And then you guys worked on the greenhouse?
Yes.
Yep. They did some work on the greenhouse. Yep.
Yes.
So I was just talking to a neighbor, and the neighbor was going to have a scrapper come and take a bunch of stuff. And it turns out the neighbor has something that I think the boys would love.
What?
But it needs a little bit of work. Now, I want you to watch the faces, okay? Now, Craig said that you guys could have his old Craftsman mower, riding mower.
Yeah.
Now, it needs some work,
Okay.
but it used to run.
Okay.
Told you. Look at that. I don't even need to get them Christmas presents. They're going to be entertained for the next 6 months. All right, so that's what happened. We'll have to bring it up here so you guys can work on it up here, okay?
Why not tell our place?
because I don't have any more space at my place for little arts and crafts for you guys. I know. Okay, so it's evening. I got back up here. I had to deal with a bunch of stuff down at our place. We're gonna do some cleaning up, and I'm gonna prune these cedar trees. The reason why I'm gonna prune them is because Herman's niece is coming, Patty, and she's going to bring some of Erica's ashes. Erica is Herman's sister who just passed away, and Herman wants to have some of the ashes underneath this tree. And so I'm gonna come around, I'm gonna clean all the branches up, probably for the first maybe 20 feet or so, just so they're not hanging and it's not a mess, because this is gonna be important to Herman. The other thing is there's some trash and stuff around the backside. We're gonna clean all that up, make sure there's no bramble and stuff growing right next to the tree. We're gonna clean it up real nice, so Herman will have a nice little place to remember his sister. I think that's what we're gonna do this evening. You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the plan. We got the tree cleaned up. I pruned as high as I could safely go with that ladder. I don't have climbing gear yet. I have spikes, but I don't have a harness. I have plenty of experience climbing. I just don't have the climbing gear. I need to get an actual climbing harness. I really need to get one, but they're like $500, and it's a bit to invest in something that I'm gonna use, you know, once a month or so. And so it's kind of one of those things that, like, it would be really great for trimming up the oaks, or trimming these, or trimming trees down at our place, or doing work on the barns. It'd be really nice to have a harness. I really probably should get one. I'll pick up one at some point. For right now, this is plenty good. I'm really happy with it. I'll come and cut those grapevines so they're not climbing up the cedar. That's one of the reasons why I kind of trimmed it the way I did, is I wanted to keep the vines from climbing up the cedar, because they're gonna start pulling down the branches. And as we get into winter and everything's kind of interconnected and we get some frost and snow all at the same time, I've noticed our cedars, maybe not these, but the ones at our place, they can shed a lot of branches really quick during a frost and snow rain kind of situation. Everything lines up perfectly and you can lose a lot of branches. So this is gonna be really nice. It'll also just feel nicer. It won't feel so gloomy. There you go, that's the word. So we're gonna get this cleaned up all the way around. There's some metal poles in the ground. We're going to remove those. There's like a bench on the back side. It's not like a good bench, it's like an old junky bench. We're gonna get that out, clean all the way around, kind of do a little bit of farm landscaping, just so that way when Patty shows up, Herman and Patty and us can have a nice little moment here underneath the tree, and it'll be cleaned. So the boys just showed up as I was finishing all this up, and they informed me that Clint let Clay borrow his dirt bike. Clay wrecked. He's okay, except for his pants are ripped and he's got a cut on his leg, but he's okay. There's no tears, so he's okay. But there was some damage to the dirt bike. We will find out. They will be down in a moment and we will see what they managed to do. Boys, you gotta love them. All right, let's get this cleaned up. Dude, driving it with fuel leaking everywhere is a really good way to light yourself on fire. All right, let's see what these boys managed to do.
I got a little cut.
You did get a little cut. You're okay. All right, what'd you do to your... Oh, yeah. Yeah, there it is right there, yep. Yep, oh, watch out, that's gas on a hot pipe. Well, yeah, biffed it up pretty good, buddy. All right, is that it? Are you sure that's it, Clint?
Yeah.
Are you sure? It doesn't look like you bent that. Did you? Huh. It doesn't look like you bent the exhaust or anything. What'd you hit? You just bounce it off a log? What'd you do? You bent this, which is fine.
That was bent when I slipped off the
log?
Yeah, down in the ravine.
All right. Well, here's what I would do. Let's drain. Let's get something underneath this so we don't end up with a pile of gas just on my gravel.
Okay.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Just roll this over there. Roll this over there and then put a can underneath it. Get a coffee can or something. Not too bad. Got a little bit of damage.
What's bad with the
Clint will have to, I don't think you can repair these tanks, so Clint and Clay will have to get a tank.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't look like it's a ton of screws. It looks like 2 screws there. Yeah, you can fix your shifter that you busted off the other day.
Yes, when I slipped on the log.
All right. Boys will be boys.
Yeah.
Use your heads more often, boys. Clay, don't ride your brother's dirt bike if you've never ridden a dirt bike before.
I wrecked right into the log, kind of.
Yeah, I bet. You had your helmet on, right?
Yes.
And your brother's chest protector?
Yes. I had all the gear that
And you had his boots on?
So
Okay, so there were some brains used. As my mom says, 1 boy has a full brain, 2 boys have half a brain, and 3 boys have no brains at all. So we had half a brain going. All right. Dude, driving it with fuel leaking everywhere is a really good way to light yourself on fire. Just roll this over there, and then put a can underneath it. Get a coffee can or something. What did I just say about half a brain?
Who was that with the girl?
Did I not just say don't drive it when it's leaking fuel everywhere? Hey, Clint, did I just say don't drive it when it's leaking fuel everywhere?
I thought you said drive it over.
How do I not have insane medical bills? I don't know. Well, at least he knows what a coffee can is. All right, let's get this cleaned up. Hey!
Hey,
Looks nice!
yeah, looks alright, yeah. Yeah, looks alright.
I got a lot of the dead stuff, the stuff that was going to be is almost touching the ground, the stuff that was on top of the vineyard over there. Okay, we'll get it all nice and cleaned up around here.
Sure.
So when Patty comes, you can spread some ashes for Erica, okay?
Probably put the box under there someplace. No.
Yeah, but we're going to get... Are you okay with this?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. It looks nice, huh?
Yeah, looks alright. You did alright.
So, I'm not sure if you saw that, but that's not something that happens all the time. Harmon doesn't always see what I do and appreciate it. Sometimes he really approves, and other times he's very adamant that I screwed things up. And In this case, he liked it, which is great. He really likes the gravel. He's been really happy with that. And we actually just went over and tried some of this Swedish chocolate with him, and he was in a good mood. It's good when he's in a good mood. He's not always in a good mood, and he's 92, so that's okay. I'm okay with that, and I have a thick skin, so even when he's in a bad mood and he's unhappy, he's got things to be unhappy about. At 92, there's definitely going to be things to be unhappy about, but there's also things that he's really happy about. So it's hit and miss, and every day's a journey with him. And I'm okay with that. I'm patient. We really love him. We really appreciate who he is to us, which is a really great friend to me and the boys and our family, as well as we know that he depends on us. And so that's okay too. It's just part of living life. At least it should be part of living life. All right, so he wants the drier stuff and the stuff that can easily be used as firewood. He wants me to save that for him. You might have heard him say that. All the stuff that has greens on it, we're gonna take that and throw that in a burn pile just because it's easier to deal with like that. The rest of it we'll put in a pile and we'll let him cut it up into little sections. It'll give him something to do on nice days out here, keeps him active, so he's just not sitting around doing nothing. And he's very capable of doing that. So I like to give him work when I can, give him stuff that he can do, he can feel successful at, because I want to set him up for success. Just like I set my boys up for success, I want to try to set Herman up for success, so he feels at the end of the day he accomplished something, even if it's not what he would have accomplished 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, he's accomplishing something. The green stuff I'll take and throw on a burn pile, okay? And that pile over there, we'll leave out of the way, okay? You can work on it as you want, okay?
Oh, yeah.
You can go through and work on it as you want, okay?